Hey everyone, Wanderbot here, and welcome to Dauntless. Or welcome back to Dauntless, sorry, I don't know. Anyway, it's episode 20-something? 20-something. We're having kind of a hard time here. I mean, obviously, the last couple of episodes have been kind of, like, up and downsy. I've just been getting into a lot of fights where, I don't succeed. I've failed, like, half my hunts at this point. And I generally don't think it's because of me. I mean, I'm not exactly the best player at this, but I've actually been trying to practice off camera a little bit, and it goes very poorly. I was doing an Embermane. Oh boy, I was doing an Embermane run right before this to kind of prep myself up so I could fight him. I can't knock him over. I think I'm gonna have to give up. I can knock him over like I'd say half the time, sort of. And I can't really figure out why, so if somebody wants to point that out to me, that'd be great. But I'm gonna have to stop doing it because I'm dying because of it. And considering people like to point out how awful I am at dodging, I'm gonna focus on dodging instead of trying to knock the guy over and be a team player. Because it worked that one round, and then it really hasn't. It's like been a 50% success rate, and Embermane does like half my health and damage, so kind of want to avoid edge detection in this game. I kind of want to avoid that sort of thing. We're looking for lamb grass here. I guess I'm ready if they decide to fight him, but I want to pick up some lamb grass. Turns out greater healing potions are actually fairly easy to make, which helps. It's just kind of a pain in the butt finding the required stuff. I really wish they'd actually add specific, like, material hunts, where, like, maybe a Gnasher will show up tops. Nah, missed. But that's about it. I don't know. I have fond memories of playing Monster Hunter 3, 3U, and 4, and being able to, like, go out and just farm effectively like 40 healing potions worth of stuff in a matter of minutes as opposed to taking forever. I know I know I could potentially request from my entire team like, hey, by the way, can we like go grab stuff? But I don't quite want to do that. Oh, that's bad. I'm out of juice. Okay, he's doing some. Okay. Yeah, I'm not even gonna bother trying to knock him out of the sky. I know it's helpful. I know it's awesome. But I can't get the timing down, and I've noticed the game's been lagging a lot more. Also, I think Hammerman there, might be just as successful as I am. I also tried farming for my Draskammer. Didn't work. Ow. Turns out I need shock glass, not electro glass. And I can only get shock... I can only get electro glass? It's confusing. But suffice to say, yeah, he's got it. I guess it doesn't have as much of a wind-up time, maybe? Well, good for him, because I'm not capable of doing it. I might try hammer stuff against this guy when I get the chance, but unfortunately I do not. Well, I guess I do have the Scrave Maul, which is pretty good. Okay, so this is a team set up for fighting the Drask, and I'm not feeling particularly garbage. I mean, I'm still the most useless member of the team, but I mean, what can I do? I guess I could go work on, like, grinding the, quill shot stuff. I think I helped there. What? I've noticed that sometimes the chain blades will just go right over a fallen monster, which sucks. But whatever. I'm just glad I'm not getting crushed. Also, interesting point I've discovered. You can only have 3 greater healing potions on at a time, which is kind of rough. Not that big of a deal. Just kind of rough. I don't know. Okay, I pressed Q. Didn't feel like it. But yeah, I mentioned this game was lagging. I don't know how many of you guys watching this actually play it and how many people are just watching it for the sake of watching it. Okay, yeah. What? Oh, they broke a part off. But, like, I definitely hit him with my chain blades beforehand. I think there's just a damage threshold that you have to go above to be able to actually knock him over. And I don't think my, my quill shot blades are enough, which sucks because the only thing that's like really a step down from this, I guess, would be the Ragetail Gnasher, the Charog, and maybe the Moonreaver Scrake. I haven't actually fought the Moonreaver Scrake yet. I'd like to. I was just kind of hoping to get a bit of the Embermane set first. Yeah, I've only got 2 potions left. That hurts. I'm really looking forward to Monster Hunter World. As much as this is, like, fun, it is a very early product, and it's very, very early alpha, and it's kind of hard to, like, balance my critiques for, like, what it could potentially be in the final product. And I'm kind of looking for Monster Hunter World to be, like, a complete product that I can judge honestly, I guess. Because it's always hard with games like this, because it's just like, well, it's not done yet. So there's a lot to be, like, fixed, and there's a lot of, like, things that need to be fixed to make it good, and so I end up... Ooh, he's got quite the lean there. I brought up, oh, there he goes. I brought up, in the last episode, I think, that honestly, sometimes fighting these monsters feels like I'm fighting a Gmod model. I stand by that statement, and I think that might be part of the reason why I get kind of crabby about it. Because, like, anytime these guys get near a surface, or even, like, you, as a player, it gets really confusing. I got a lot of shit for the Charog, and to be fair, I was not performing optimally against the Charog, but at the same time, like, if the Charog ever steps on you, just weird shit happens. It's made fairly well, but for a game like this, you need it to be perfect, otherwise you're gonna have, like, weird problems. Like that weird hip lean. Okay, it didn't matter too much, but as far as I could tell, it was the Embermane trying to figure out how to move. Because, like, it couldn't figure out how to turn around when it was up against the wall like that. So its hips are all messed up. If you get stepped on by the Charog, your character flips out because there's 2 things that shouldn't be in the same area, and it doesn't know how to deal with it. I'd actually almost prefer it if the game had the Charog knock you down and you're underfoot and you get trampled or something. But that could be really painful because the boss is already kind of rough, and the ability for him to just step on you is kind of painful. And I never know how to fix these things. Oops. But again, I'm not a game designer. I can just give my opinions based on, like, my experiences, and people can shame me for my opinions based on my experiences. I don't know. I got some nasty messages. If you think the comments are bad, the private ones get worse. They're rare, which is nice. Okay. Well, I've only gotten hit once, which is nice. It's just once is kind of enough to kill you against this guy. Once I have that Drask armor, I think we'll be good to go. Currently, we've only got the Drask helm. That's kind of butts. I'd like to get more, but, like, I've fought this guy how many times now? I've beat him twice, I believe. I beat him twice. I think I got him there. Either that or it was Ardax. I'm not entirely sure. I've beat him twice, and I got enough for the hat. Maybe I beat him 3 times. What? Was that him just shaking his head and he hit me? He must have been. I can't think of anything else. Because, like, sometimes these guys have, like, weird secret attacks that is, like, there is no tell for that. It is just... I thought he was about to charge, but... Nope, he was. Yeah, I'm gonna try and... I thought he was gonna charge away, not slam a jam me in the... What? Okay, I dodged. He hit me, but only with his hitbox. He didn't actually hit me with the attack. Weird. Like I said, it's fairly good, but it needs to be perfect because any, like, little weird bit like that, immediately it just kind of breaks the game a little bit. And too many, like, weird breakages like that, and you end up with, really wacky, unsatisfying fights. Yeah, so he just shakes his head with his broken horn, and it hurts me. That's fascinating. Okay, whatever. Oh, well, I guess I'll get him. That coming from me now. Because, yeah, I really like this game, but I feel like it really did actually need some more time in true closed, non-financially available alpha. Because I spend a... Neat part is I can figure out where he is. I can see his eyes through everything. I think that's cool, actually. I think that's a good way of knowing, so he doesn't, like, sneak up on you. But, like, I spend a fair amount of time on the Dauntless subreddit, and it's kind of nice to know that my opinions are mirrored, though maybe a little bit more so. I don't want to join in on the echo chamber, and boy, some of those people there are mad at this game. And it's interesting seeing, you know, people go from, like, you know, tentatively positive to just generally hating on this game. Ow. That was a horn straight to the butt. That was an unfriendly horn straight to the butt. Doing okay, though. But I think it's mainly just because these guys aren't nearly as bad as the teammates that I've had in previous fights. There's no way to break out of that animation quickly. I guess the point is you're not supposed to. Is the community soup still charged? I'm gonna go grab that before I get smackarooed. That's enough. All I need is enough to survive a hit. Though I guess he's already enraged, so that's not gonna save me. Let's see. Nope. Well, it looks like everybody else is doing fine, though. I'm actually really impressed with this team. I aspire to be as good as these guys, but I never know if I'm going to be. I'll keep trying. It'll take some work. Let's see, do we have any turtle grass nearby? No. I might actually just run a quick... Well, let's see what happens. Because if these guys are actually up for another run, then I'm 100% going to join them for it. But if they all just leave out of the party and don't feel like doing it again, I'm not gonna press it. But I think one of the problems... Hey, my rank, S+. I did okay! Team rank B. Hey! I really wish it would actually show numbers, though, to some degree. That could be a problem, but maybe privately, if you could see how much damage you did as, like, a percentage. I saw the rare style core and I got excited, but common aether core. I need uncommons, because half the stuff I'm looking for is kind of on the rarer side. Well, maybe we'll get lucky and just get enough to make me the Embermane blades or something. It'd be nice, because then I could probably reliably knock him down more often. Or we could go hammer, or... Nah, I like the chain blades just because they are... they're reliable. I've heard from people that the hammer, hitting enemies with the actual hammer does no damage. It's... You gotta hit them with the shotgun part, which is kind of weird. Like, you'd think they would have probably addressed that at some point, but I guess not. Okay, so we just get a flame shard, scorch glass, embermane trace. Bah. I'm gonna be fighting him forever. He's gonna be the new Shrike. I know it already. Okay. I gotta press escape. Okay, so it looks like the party is disbanded. Well, let's see if I can make some Drask blades.
Greetings, Slayer.
No, not Drask blades, Embermane blades. Nope, we still need Aetherstone and Hydrolytic Flux. Oh, that's a oh. So Aetherstone we gotta get from him. But Hydrolytic Flux is actually something I gather. Okay, yeah, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna go do a quick run or two. Solo hunt against... Let's go solo hunt against the Charog. That way it can't chase me down and kill me. And I'm gonna go see if I can get a whole bunch of lamb's grass and hydrolytic flux and whatever else I need. But yeah, so like I was saying before we killed the Embermane, I think one of the problems this game is running into is it's a game designed for Monster Hunter fans, which is cool, but so it's designed for Monster Hunter fans, and it's designed around a lot of the same core concepts, which is actually like a really good idea. I like the idea that somebody else is trying to kind of get in on Capcom's turf. It is Capcom. I think it is Capcom. But trying to get in on the Monster Hunter turf because there's not a whole lot of competition there. I did leave out quite a lot of different companies that do make competitions, but there aren't a whole lot of like really multiplayer worthy ones. Oh, I just got shot glass from that. I don't get shot glass from Drasks. I get it from mining. Okay, well, we're gonna clean this place out and then just die. Or actually, I think I can sign out. But so it's a game very, very distinctly made around the concept of appealing to the Monster Hunter crowd, which also is fair, but the problem is this is probably the first Monster Hunter for quite a lot of people. And I think the difficulty curve is turning a whole lot of people away. I've already had quite a lot of people just be like, this just isn't worth my time. And if this wasn't like such a popular series for me, I might be in the same position. I don't know. I have ulterior motives for liking this and wanting to continue. And I'm going to admit that right out the bat. But like ultimately, I do like this game. I think this game is going to be awesome. It just takes some time. But so one of the problems people are running into is it's built for Monster Hunter fans, but Monster Hunter fans kind of have this this expectation, this standard set by the game. And so if you've been a avid Monster Hunter fan for years, you know that the games are fairly reliable. There usually isn't a whole lot of like weird mess. Every once in a while there's like a monster that is extra hard or, you know, kind of throws you for a loop. But for the most part, they're really made well. They generally don't freak out that much, and glitches and like animation skeletons don't break. And so, I mean, this is minor as far as things go, but like, I actually really wish the islands weren't procedurally generated. Maybe I'd be okay with it if there was more variety between the islands, but as it stands, it just makes it so it's like, so where are the resources I'm looking for? The answer is they're all around, which is appreciable, but I always liked it in Monster Hunter where I could just pop into a material hunt and just be like, okay, I'm gonna go gather just like 50 lamb grass, and that's just going to be what I'm doing today. And then, you know, I guess there's some of those like little jaggies or something, and I guess on a couple of them, like an actual jaggy would just show up or whatever, but like, who cares? You fight it, you kill it, you move on. The resources are kind of worth something anyway. And there's like a whole lot of ways that you can trade up resources and do cool shit with it. Like even if you don't directly need the jaggy hides, or remember you could make use of them. Or you could just mess around and make other jaggy weapons and armor just because it's not that expensive. But like for this game, at this point, if I were to fight a Shrike, I pretty much would have no reason to do so. And that kind of sucks. I mean, I guess that's true for like Mon Hunt. I just never got far enough that like it really rendered any of the previous tiers obsolete. But so like all the Monster Hunter fans have kind of this standard that they're expecting. And I don't think this game quite delivers yet. It's got a decent amount of variety, but it almost immediately hits you with recolors. It's got practice. It's got practice monsters, the rogues, which are neat, but actually kind of hard to kill on their own, especially if you've never fought them before. I tried fighting a rogue Drask earlier, and the dude just isn't fun to fight. Maybe the real Drask won't be so bad, but I was fighting the rogue Drask, and he's just really hard to avoid. He doesn't do that much damage, but it's like fighting a moving bowling ball. Even the Charog has like some very easy to avoid telegraphed attacks. The Drask always just feels like it's flailing non-stop. And so you have like these rogue creatures they actually do have to kill. But they're not easy to solo. And they're also toned down versions of the real thing, so they don't even have the full set. So, for example, fighting the rogue Embermane is really easy. It's just this like dog dinosaur that comes chasing after you all the time, and you just smack it up the side of the head, and you know it's easy peasy. You fight the actual Embermane, and it just destroys you because you know it's actually a hard monster, and you don't know half of its tricks already. And it kind of makes the existence of the rogue kind of moot, apart from like this weird progress blocker. And I guess you can kind of farm it for like a little bit of resources, but it almost never has what you actually need. And I almost kind of wish that just solo monsters were the equivalent of the rogues. Like, say if you fight the Embermane by yourself, it's going to have a lot less HP and you can take care of it quick. But I think it should, like I said, I think it should just have half the drop rate. Like, the more people you add to a party, the harder the monster is going to be, but it's going to be reasonable. If everybody can solo it, then it's just going to be about as easy, maybe a little bit more challenging, because who knows, maybe it's like the fire breath is a little bit more expansive, or it's harder to predict who it's going for. But, you know, keep solo easier, not to encourage people to play alone, but to not punish players that either don't want to play with randos, or just to give people a way of practicing the beast without holding their team back. I would fight the Embermane alone. One, because I'm kind of more of a solo person anyway, and I don't like being forced into playing multiplayer with people, unless I have to, or if it doesn't like really hold me back. But like in this game, I can't play solo. If I do, I get crushed, and then that's the end of it. Oh, I can't get up here. Is there any reason to do so? No, it doesn't look like it. Any more resources? I've got a bunch of lamb grass, but I still haven't gotten any of that hydrolytic flux. Looking for another vent around here, but I'm not seeing one. I should probably pick up this thing. I mean, I could try fighting this guy, but I'm fairly certain I'm not going to be able to fight him on my own. One of the other things I actually discovered mechanically is that this game doesn't scale based on players very well. So I don't know if you guys have noticed, but whenever I have a lever, the match is almost immediately harder because the thing just has tons of HP in it. Usually takes us a lot longer to finish. Turns out that is actually just mechanically sound. It scales the creature the first time you enter the area, and if anybody leaves, tough luck, good luck. Which is rough. I don't know. I think it's mainly just rough because of the danger system and the hard cap time limit of half an hour. It's like, well, you and your 2 friends weren't enough because your 4th friend decided to ditch you. Better luck next time. Go find a random person that hopefully can actually do well in their place. And then, you know, the random person doesn't know how to dodge, drinks all the community soup, and then poof, gone. I don't know. These are just observations, and I think I'm probably going to have to shut up about it. I've been mulling over this, like, why sometimes playing this game gives a bit of a bad taste in my mouth. And I figured I'd try and express this while I'm not fighting something, because I find my point is always lost when I'm in the middle of fighting something, because I get distracted by this, that, or the other thing. Is he aware I'm there, or is he just making noises? I don't know. Well, I'm gonna try this. Let's try signing out and coming back in. Now you know how long my password is. That probably shouldn't help anybody. It better not. That would suck. But I don't know. I like what they're doing with this, but to everybody that has ever said the Monster Hunter world is probably going to kill Dauntless, it might. I almost want to argue that the existence of Monster Hunter World killed Dauntless before Dauntless ever had the chance to exist. Wow, that was a lot of lamb grass. Okay, I guess just solo farming works. It's kind of boring, but it works. I don't see why they can't just have the nodes have more in them so you spend less time running around the islands, but that's okay. How many revive talismans do I have? I probably got a whole bunch. I got 9. Okay, let's make more.
No time like the present.
But I think the announcement of Monster Hunter World lit a fire under poor Phoenix Labs' ass, and not in a good way. I think it kind of forced their hand, so they moved into closed alpha, closed beta faster and sooner, and they're rushing it. You know, we've got a lot of placeholder models, which really doesn't matter that much. A lot of weird bugs, performance issues. I have I've got an NVIDIA GTX 1080 Ti or whatever the like more or less top of the line graphics card is right now, and I'm playing this game on low, and I still get like weird hitches and problems, and like that's scary to me, because if I'm having these problems, I can't imagine most other people aren't having them worse than me, which sucks if you're playing like a really twitchy, reflexy. Oh, we can make the boots, or we could upgrade the helmet. Well, I'm gonna make the boots. Tantalite ore, burn hoof chip. That's actually really easy to make. Alright, so what do we need for the Ember Greaves? Smoked Dewclaw. Okay, so gotta fight and another smoked Dewclaw. Well, I'll just work on upgrading this, because obviously if I can resist more damage, that's going to let me fight him for longer. Because he is crushing me otherwise. Wow, we actually... Huh. Actually able to upgrade this quite a fair bit. We get Fury. I don't know what Fury does. But yeah, I'm just going to keep upgrading this. I mean, I'm probably going to... I'm going to keep going past the Embermane set, but I'm going to be hard-pressed to want to upgrade past it if everything else past the Embermane is just a boring recolor. I guess we'll have to find out. So what's Berserk do? It doesn't say. That is unfortunate. Well, okay. I'm a little bit... I guess we only got one fight in for today, but that's fine. So I'll see you guys in the next episode of Dauntless. And as always, thanks for watching.